Have you ever tried to build a new habit? Maybe you wanted to wake up early, work out every day, read more books, save more money, or spend less time on your phone. At first, you feel excited. You tell yourself, this time I am really going to change. But after a few days, the motivation starts to disappear. You miss one day, then another, and before you know it, you are back to your old routine. So, why does this keep happening? That's exactly what the book Atomic Habits by James Clear explains. This book is not about changing your entire life overnight. It's about making small changes that are easy to follow and repeating them every day. Over time, those small changes completely transform your life. Welcome to the Book Paradise. Here we summarize powerful books in a simple way, discover life-changing ideas and learn how to think better, live better and achieve greater things. So stay connected with us. Let's get straight into it. What does atomic habits mean? The word atomic means very small, but it can also mean something powerful. So an atomic habit is tiny action that may not seem important at first, but becomes powerful when you repeat it consistently. For example, reading one page a day may not feel like much. Doing 5 push-ups may not seem impressive. Saving a few dollars may not feel like a big deal. But when you keep doing these small things for months or years, the result can become huge. That is the main idea of the book. Small habits create a big result. The power of getting 1% better. James Clear talked about improving by just 1% every day. 1% sounds very small. You may not even notice that difference today, but small improvements add up over time. Think about it this way. If you start exercise today, you probably won't see a big change in your body tomorrow. If you save little money, you won't become rich next week. But if you keep doing those things every day, you will slowly become healthier, more skilled, and more financially stable. Habits work like money growing in a bank account. At first, the growth looks slow, but over time, it's become much bigger. The same thing is true for bad habits. Eating one unhealthy meal will not ruin your health. Missing one workout will not destroy your progress, but if you make unhealthy choice every day, those choices will also add it up. So every small decision is taking you somewhere. Why progress feels slow? One reason people give up is because results usually take time. You may work hard for weeks and still feel like nothing is changing. The book explains this with the example of an ice cube. Imagine one ice cube sitting in a cold room. The room slowly gets warmer. The temperature goes from 25 degrees to 26, then 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31. This ice still looks the same. Then the temperature reached 32 degrees and the ice began to melt. It may look like the change happened suddenly, but it didn't. Every small increase in the temperature helped create the result. The habits work the same way. You may practice, study, exercise, or create content for a long time without seeing a big result. But that does not mean your work is wasted. Progress is happening even when you cannot see it yet. The problem is that many people quit too early. They stop right before their effort starts to show. Goals are good, but systems are better. Most people focus on goal. They say things like, I wanna lose weight, I wanna make more money, I wanna write book, I wanna grow my YouTube channel. Goals are useful because they give you directions, but goals alone are not enough. You also need a system. A goal is the result you want. A system is what you do regularly to get that result. For example, losing weight is a goal. Planning healthy meals and work out regularly is the system. Writing a book is a goal. Writing one page every day is the system. Growing a YouTube channel is a goal. Making useful videos, improving your thumbnails, and posting constantly is the system. You don't reach your goals just because you want them badly. You reach them because of the action you repeat. So instead of only focusing on the final result, focus on the daily progress. Build habits around your identity. One of the most powerful ideas in atomic habit is identity. Most people try to change what they do, but the book says it is better to change how you see yourself. For example, instead of saying, I want to read more, say I am a reader. Instead of saying I want to work out, say I am someone who takes care of health. Instead of saying I want to stop smoking, say I am not a smoker. This may sound like a small difference, but it matters. Every action you take is like a vote for the person you want to become. When you read, you are proving that you are a reader. When you exercise, you are proving that you are a healthy person. When you practice a skill, you are proving that you are serious about improving. One action will not completely change your identity, but repeated actions slowly shape the way you see yourself. Your habits are not only about getting results, they are also about becoming a new version of yourself. How habit work? According to the book, every habit has a 4 step: cue, craving, response, and reward. Let's use checking your phone as an example. First, there is a cue. Your phone vibrates or lights up. Second, there is a craving. You want to know who sent the message. Third, there is a response. You pick up the phone and check it. Finally, there is a reward. You satisfy your curiosity. When this cycle happens again and again, the action becomes automatic. You no longer think about it, you just do it. To build better habits, Jim Clear gives us 4 simple rules. The first rule is to make your good habit easy to notice. Don't depend only on memory or motivation. Create clear reminders in your environment. For example, when you wanna drink more water, put a water bottle in your desk. When you wanna read before bed, place a book on your pillow. When you wanna work out in the morning, prepare your clothes the night before. When you wanna eat healthier, keep fruit where you can easily see it. The easier it is to notice the habit, the more likely you are to do it. Another useful method is called habit stacking. Habit stacking means connecting a new habit to something you already do. For example, after I brush my teeth, I will meditate for 1 minute. After I drink my morning coffee, I will read 2 pages. After I eat dinner, I will take a 10-minute walk. After I sit at my desk, I will write my daily to-do list. Your old habit becomes a reminder for your new habit. This makes the new action easier to remember. Number 2, make it attractive. The second rule is to make the habit feel enjoyable. People naturally repeat things that feel good. So try to connect something you need to do with something you enjoy. For example, you can listen to your favorite podcast while working out. You can drink your favorite coffee while studying. You can watch your favorite show after finish an important task. You can play relaxing music while cleaning your room. Your environment and the people around you also matter. When your friend exercise, read, study, or work hard, you are more likely to do the same. We naturally copy the behavior of the people around us. So spend more time with people who already have the habits you want to build. Rule number 3. Make it easy. Many people fail because they make a new habit too difficult. They try to change everything at once. They decide to work out for 2 hours every day. They try to read 50 pages every night. They create a strict diet that is almost impossible to follow. At first, they feel motivated, but after a few days, the habit becomes exhausting. This book says you should start small, very small. James Clear calls this the 2 minutes rule. The idea is simple. When you try to start a new habit, make it something you can begin in less than 2 minutes. For example, read every night becomes read 1 page. Work out every mornings become put on my workout clothes. Clean the house becomes clean one small area. The goal is not to stay at 2 minutes forever. The goal is to make starting easy, because starting is usually the hardest part. Once you begin, it becomes easier to continue. It is better to do a small habit consistently than to do a big habit once and then quit. The fourth rule is to make the habit feel rewarding. People repeat action when they feel good afterward. The problem is that many good habits do not give immediate result. Exercise is good for us, but our body doesn't change after one workout. Saving money is important, but we don't become rich after saving once. Studying is useful, but we don't become an expert after one lesson. So we need a way to feel progress right away. One simple method is habit tracking. You can use a calendar, notebook, or app every time you complete your habit. Mark it down. After a few days, you will see a chain of successful days. That chain gives you a feeling of progress. It is also motivates you to keep going. But remember, nobody is perfect. Sometimes you will miss a day. That is normal. The important rule is never miss twice. Missing one day is a mistake. Missing 2 days can become the beginning of a new bad habit. So when you miss once, return to your habits as quickly as possible. Environment is more powerful than motivations. Many people believe they need to stronger willpower, but the book explains that your environment often has more power than motivations. For example, when your phone is right next to you, you are more likely to check it. When unhealthy food is on the table, you are more likely to eat it. When the TV remote is easy to reach, you are more likely to start watching TV. So instead of always trying to fight temptations, change your environment. Place your phone in another room while working. Remove distracting app from your home screen. Keep healthy food where you can see it. Prepare your work area before you start. Make a good habits easy to do. A small change. Now come to the point. How to break a bad habits. The 4 rules can also be reversed to help you break a bad habits. To break a bad habits, make it invisible, make it unattractive, make it difficult, and make it unsatisfying. For example, when you wanna spend less time on social media, turn off notifications, log out of your accounts, delete the apps from your phone, keep an app timer, keep your phone away from your bed. The more difficult the habit is to perform, the less likely you are to do it automatically. You can also remind yourself of the negative side of the habit. Don't only think about the short-term pleasure. Think about what the habit is costing you. Maybe it is wasting your time, maybe it is hurting your health, maybe it is stopping you from reaching your goals. When you clearly see the real cost, the habit becomes less attractive. Be patient with yourself. One of the most important lessons from Atomic Habits is to be patient. Good habits often feel slow in the beginnings. You may be doing the right things without seeing the result you want. That can be frustrating. But don't judge your progress only by what you can see today. Also look at the direction you are moving. A person with a bad habits may still look successful today, but if they continue in the wrong direction, problems will eventually appear. A person with good habits may not successful yet, but if they continue in the right direction, good result will eventually come. So instead of asking, where am I right now? Ask, where will my current habits take me? Your direction is more important than your current position. Final takeaway. The main lesson of Atomic Habits is simple. You don't need to change your life in one day. You don't need to depend on motivations, and you don't need to be perfect. Start with one small habit. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. Then repeat it again and again. Our life is shaped by the small choice we make every day. A single choice may not look important today, but when that choice becomes a habit, it can change our health, our confidence, our career, our relationships, and our future. So don't underestimate small beginnings. Read one page, take one walk, save a small amount, practice for 5 minutes, start with something easy, and keep showing up. Because small habits may not change your life today, but over time they can change everything. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit the like button and subscribe to the Book Paradise for more simple, powerful summaries every single week. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Anik. See you in the next video.